Hello, this is Sam Hollis from Sam Hollis Web Design. I'm going to tell you today about how to use the Divi builder. Divi is a theme for WordPress and it's also a visual builder. It's a way you can build WordPress pages visually. So I'm just going to take you through the real basics, how to get it started, how to put a few basic things in there like some text, some pictures, and how to structure that. So I'm going to take it through now. First of all, you need a WordPress website, and secondly, you need the Divi theme installed. If you don't have any of that, you need to get that first, and then I'm going to take you what to do from there. So if I am in the dashboard of my website, I am here, and on the left-hand side, I want to go to Pages. So I click on Pages and click, and I'll see the pages that I have there. I'm going to take you through making a new page and how to do that. So you can see there's a home page already and no others. So I'm going to make a new page by going to Pages and Add New. So I'll pop a new page in here, and it will just take a moment to load up while it thinks about it. This is telling me about the block editor. What I want is to use the Divi builder. So I've got the option here, you can see use Divi builder. So I will click on that. It will take me through to the Divi builder. I have to give it a moment to load up. You can see we've now got a view of the page. So we've got three options here. We can build from scratch, which means we start with a white blank page, which we're going to do. The other options are choose a pre-made layout. So this is ones that the people at Divi have created already, a template to use. They can be really powerful. And clone an existing page. So if you already have a page and you want a new one and they look quite similar, you can clone the original page and then change what you want. We're going to do build from scratch, so we're going to click on start building and we will get a white page. I'm going to ignore that for now. So literally we've got the header, which is created automatically at the top. We've got the footer, which is created automatically at the bottom. They can be changed, but we're not going to go into how to do that now. We're going to go into the building something on your site. So we've basically got a blank canvas. And then the blank canvas is built up of several things. First of all, it's built up of sections. So this blue area we can see with a little menu here is called a section. And then from there, we've got a row. So if you click on here, you get a row. You can see new row and there's different columns. So you can add a column here. So we'll just add a single column row. And from there, we can add modules. So modules are different blocks that you can do stuff with. So we'll pop in a text module. So I'll scroll down, text, click on a text module, and there we go. We've now got the editor. I will just tick to get rid of that for now. So we've now got some text. So we've got a section, a row, and we've got a module with some text in. Okay, there are lots of different modules, so we'll go through some different ones now. So to add a new module, I need to hover over the existing one, and we get the black cross. So we click that says add a new module. We click on there, and then we've got a menu here of things we can add. So I'm going to add, scroll down, I'm going to add an image. So you can see that image. I click on that and I can add an image. I get the little box here. This box is where I do the editing, and behind it you can see the website itself. So it's called a visual editor because you can see as you edit. You click on the little cog here and the pictures we've got in the website already shown. We're not going to go through how to upload those. So I'm going to pick an image. Click upload image, and I've got an image on my page, and I can click cross if I don't like it, tick if I do. So I've now got my text and I've now got a picture. I can add another module by again pressing the black cross, which is add a new module. I can then choose something different, so maybe a contact form, because they're quite useful on your website. As you see, there's a lot of options here. We're not going to go through them all now. Have a play, have a try with them. Text and image are obviously the most common ones. A contact form is a good one. Again, we've got the options here, and if we scroll down you can see how it's appearing on the website here. I can move these options around so you can see different things. So you can see it's got name, email address, message. I can add new fields if I want to. I can delete fields if I want to. I can make all sorts of changes. So I'll click tick. So we've got that. We've got a few things there, and maybe we'll have a button as well. So last, we'll do add a new module. They're all in alphabetical order, as you can see. Button. Okay, and so if I move that out of the way, we've got a button. Okay, you can change the text here to, I can change the text. You can click on link, so that's the link where the button takes you to, which is really important. Then you can go to the design and change all sorts of things. This works with the text, this works with all the modules. You've got the content here and then the design. So from here, for example, we can change the color, make it a light button. Now we can't see it, so we'll go back to dark. That's very basic, but if we go on button here, we can then have all sorts of options. I can change the size of the button, I can change the color of the button, all sorts of different options I can play around with. The border width of the button, there's all sorts of options. When I'm happy, I click tick and I'm away. Okay, so I've added lots of modules. It's not very pretty now though, it's a pretty basic website where the structure isn't really in place. So how do I want a different structure? So that's usually then where the rows come in and the sections come in. Okay, so we've got the section and we've got the row. So I'm going to hover over the row here and I've got some options. Okay, this is to move it, which I'm not going to do. The cog is for the settings, which I'm not going to do right now. That is to duplicate, so I can make the same row again. And that's to put in columns. I'm going to put in some columns. So if I click on there, it's not going to work, I'll try it again. I want 2 columns. So I'm going to make it a 2-column section, and suddenly everything's on the left in that column. And I've got a column on the right, and I can move things from side to side. So maybe I want my picture up here. So if you can see, I just hover. I go over the arrows here, and I can drag it up there. Then my picture's moved over there. Maybe I then want my button in the middle below. So this is all in a 2-column row, so I'm going to need a new row. So if I click here, add new row, I want a 1-column row. I don't want to add anything, so I'll close that. And in my 1-column row, I want my button. So I hover over it to drag. I drag it in. My button's in there. And maybe in that same 1 column, I want the contact form below. So again, I hover over so I can drag. I drag it below. There it goes. Okay, so I've got my text, my image. Button's a bit off to the left, so maybe I want to edit that. So if I hover over it, the cog gives me all the options. So the content is first, and then if I click on design, I've got alignment as an option. So I can align it to the middle. Now suddenly I've got something that's a lot nicer structured using the rows, and the rows can be broken down into columns. It might be then that we want something full width, because this is all not full width, so we maybe want something full width. So again, I'm going to scroll down to the bottom, I'm going to add a new row. I'm going to do a 1-column row. Okay, let's add some text. So I scroll down, so it automatically gets me to add a module. So I click on text. There's some text written there, and that's fine for now. So I will click tick. So I've now got some text. It's not full width. So to make it full width, I go to my row and go to the row settings, which is the cog. I then want to go to the design and size. And when I scroll down, the width is at 80%, which is default. I'll make it 100, make my max width as wide as it will go, and suddenly it's full width. Now maybe I want a picture in the background here because that can look quite nice. And again, in my row, I can click on the cog. I can scroll down in the content and go to background. And then I can change the background color. So I could make it green, that's lovely, isn't it? I could add a gradient, so some different colors. I can add a picture or a video. So if I go to image, click plus, I'm going to pick an image. I'm going to go for that one. Click upload an image, and suddenly the background is a picture. Now, you can't see much of the picture because it's just the background of the text, so maybe we need a bit more spacing in there. So if I go to my text and I click on the settings, maybe I want a bit of space above and below the text so we can see more of the picture. I go to design, I go to spacing, and then I can put some padding in above and below. So if I put 100 pixels in above, 100 pixels in below, I've suddenly got a bit of space. The other thing is I can't really read the text. So what we can also do while we're here, while we're in the text settings and design, is click on text. And now suddenly I can change the text color, I can change the text size. It looks like I need to change the text height of it. I can mess around with the text. You can see it's padded at the top and bottom and not at the side, so I could go in and pad it at the sides too. All sorts of things I can go there. So suddenly now I've got something here that's full width with some text. We're able to put in columns, we're able to put in text, images, buttons, web forms, all sorts of things. Last important thing, click on the 3 dots. Either save draft if you don't want it live yet, or publish. Do it more than I have. Save draft regularly. Make sure you don't lose it. So, have fun with the Divi Builder. Have a play with it. Use it. Try it. If you have some questions about it, drop me an email, and I hope that you found this useful. I'm Sam Hollis from Sam Hollis Web Design.